Nope. Consider that a block, I suppose. But yeah, that plant foot just slipped out from under the junior kicker. And still no points on the board. A defensive battle so far. Take a look again. Take a look at that left foot by Gillen. Whoop. Saints will take over at the 26-yard line. On the ground here for the Saints on first down. Nice pickup, about 6 yards. First time we've seen Keenan Haley today, the sophomore out of Joliet Catholic through Quincy University. If you take a look at yards per carry, he's number 1 on the squad with 3.6. This one's complete. Another St. Francis first down. Ravon Johnson is good. And if you're just tuning in, we appreciate you sticking with us here. Some technical difficulties as we battled some internet issues here in the press box. Ravon Johnson with another grab.
First down for the Saints.
You gotta understand some older facilities here. We're working on that internet, but we appreciate everyone fighting through that with us. We're as frustrated as anybody. It's first down here for the Saints. Maffey will turn and give, but a flag will stop the play. It's going to go against Chris Peters, I believe. Empty backfield this time for the Saints. 3 wide right, 2 left. Maffey has Ravon Johnson wide open again. He picks up 11 yards to make it third down and manageable here. How does Ravon Johnson get that wide open? He is the number 1 target for the Saints. You got to know where he is at all time. Playing a bit soft in the pass defense. They're just trying to keep him in front of him, I guess. Johnson with 4 catches over 65 yards already. As we are just a few minutes into our, I'm going to change the down. It's second down, not third. Second down and 5. Here's Maffey. Ravon Johnson again puts his hand in the ground, stays up, and that extra effort is what moves the chains for the Saints. He was about a yard shy, but he put the hand in the turf, spun and lunged, and picked up the first. It's all Ravon Johnson. It's just Eric Maffey and Ravon Johnson playing catch here today for the Saints offensively. .49-yard line is St. Ambrose. Eric Maffey and the Saints offense rolling here. Quarterback run, design run for Eric. Zigzags his way for 12 and another first down. How about the Saints O here?
Maffey with another first down pickup for the Saints. Tackle made by number 39, Ethan Maida.
Great block by Karan, the running back, springing Maffey for 12, another first down. Keep an eye for Ravon Johnson. He is slot left. They're going to put it on the ground this time. Nowhere to go. That's Keenan Haley on the carry, make it second down. He must have gone backward about a yard.
Number 27, Keenan Haley.
Nice play by the other number 27, Jet Haas, the senior safety, cutting off the edge, picking up his third tackle behind the line of scrimmage. So St. Ambrose has a wide receiver named Yemi and two guys whose first name is Jet. If they formed a band, would they be Yemi and the Jets? Here's Maffey. Another one through the air to Ravon Johnson. Another grab. This one about 4 yards inside the 35-yard line.
Maffey's pass complete to number 22.
6 catches, 75 yards so far for Ravon. Eric Maffey doing work through the air right now, over 100 yards. Third down and 7. Another one to Ravon. This one a bit too tall. Got his hands on it, couldn't quite bring it in. Every single play going to number 22. And why wouldn't you? He's catching everything so far, save for the last one. Brings up fourth. That's going to bring up Brian Madej. He's going to punt it away here. He's got a nice leg. He actually is the St. Francis record holder for longest field goal in program history at 49 yards, but that was with the wind at his back. This one would be into the wind. So he's going to put on his punting shoes this time. Try to hang this one up in the air. See if Brian can pin him inside the 15-yard line here. Angled right, plenty of leg. Wind's going to kill it. It'll bounce. Ooh, 2 yards into the end zone. Touchback. If you were here for the pregame, you heard Coach Joe Curry talking about his kicker and punter out of Sandburg High School. Special Teams Player of the Week twice, including last week. This one just a bit too much leg on it. But the kid hasn't punted before putting on a Saints jersey. It's pretty incredible. A freshman out of Sandburg High School did not punt in high school. He place kicked but did not punt. But he's been pretty good at it since coming here to St. Francis. Passing numbers so far, Eric Maffey 8 for 11 for 100 yards. 6 of them have gone to Ravon Johnson. On the other side here for St. Ambrose, Declan McDonald 2 for 6 for 39 yards. It's been to Knowledge Hall and Garrett Tarks on the ground so far for them. He's going to throw it this time. This one complete to Yemi Ward. It'll be about 4 yards. Second down on the way. His second catch of the game for Yemi. Ward out of Chicago, a sophomore, also handles punt return duties for the Saints. Second down and a long 5. Saints showing a bit of pressure here. They're going to bring some linebackers on the run for Tarks. Bottled up at the line of scrimmage, but man, he is strong. Going to give him about 2 or 3 yards there. My goodness. Tarks and Hall for St. Ambrose. Just loads to handle. Under 9 minutes to go here in the first half. No score, defensive battle. What we would expect so far. Hurry to the line, go the Bees. And well, I thought there might have been a penalty coming, but no, it was just the offensive line pointing out their assignments. Tarks is the tailback in the pistol here. 8.5 to go. Third down and 3. How do you not just keep running the football if you're Ambrose? But a timeout on the field. St. Ambrose not sure what they wanted to do here. Magistrelli will talk things over. We talked about how Mike Magistrelli, their head coach for the Bees, longest tenured head coach in St. Ambrose history, and that is saying something. Magistrelli in his 14th year has been coaching the longest so far after taking over in 2007. And that's saying something because the football program for St. Ambrose dates back to 1893. Their first recorded game. The win over St. Xavier last week tied him with his predecessor for most wins as a head coach in St. Ambrose history as well. That would be Todd Sturdy, who coached the Bees from 95 to 2006. And then Magistrelli took over in 07, won back-to-back MSFA titles, has 3 conference championships under his belt, 4 playoff appearances. He's been a great leader for St. Ambrose's football program, no doubt about that. He is at a 3rd down and 3 situation again here with his offense. Man, just really an offensive guy, a quarterback back in his day. Here's McDonald, plenty of time, slinging it long. Incomplete. Looking for his #1 target, Blake Whitman. #1 for the season, but he does not have a catch yet today. And that's going to bring up 4th, and the punt unit comes on for the Bees. Take a look again. Nice protection there. McDonald has aired that one out. That was Scotty Tumulty there on the coverage. If you leave that anywhere catchable, Scotty's going to find it. And he's just going to stay kind of where he was because he's going to return the punt too. That was convenient for Scott. Tumulty, a freshman, transfer from Augustana. Originally signed up with St. Francis as a nice punt. Scotty will have it from 31. Not a lot of room to work with here. He takes it up to the 40-yard line, a 9-yard return. Field position pretty good here for the Saints. We're talking about Scotty Tumulty there, number 23, a freshman. He committed to St. Francis, then transferred to Augustana, but then Augustana decided not to have a football season because of COVID-19. He's like, man, I want to play. I want to play some football this year. And he heard the NAIA was playing. So he transferred back to St. Francis, and he's been nothing but spectacular on special teams and defense. He has a Special Teams Player of the Week award this year and a Defensive Player of the Week award. Hopefully he sticks around with the brown and gold over the next 3 years. First down for Maffey, who's 8 for 11 for 100 yards today. He's going to keep it this time, though, on the fake to Eldridge. Dragged down from behind at the 45. I'll pick up a 5 for Maffey. We're under 8 minutes to go, first half. To welcome again our friends watching on the USF Sports YouTube channel. I see Grayson Barnett, one of our former kickers, joining us today. Lots of folks from the Davenport area as well, I'm sure. We appreciate you taking some time out of your Saturday watching some football. Counter play goes to Barberin. He's got no room to go. He'll go backward a yard. It's going to be 3rd and 6. Actually giving forward progress to the 45, so officially a no gainer on the play, 3rd and 5. Pere Barberin, one of the seniors who is taking advantage of his extra year of eligibility, who will be back in the fall. Here's Maffey, pressure, check down, oh, right through the hands of his intended receiver, Jack Lemke. He catches that ball, it's a first down, but Jack's another interesting story as you see him right here at the end, a little bit behind him. Right at that line to gain. Jack Lemke, one of the few players for St. Francis playing both ways, offense and defense. Blemke, a freshman out of Oswego. He's another transfer from University of Wisconsin Whitewater, number 19. Oswego High School, great football program in the western suburbs. But again, it's Brian Madej kicking into the wind. Keeps it low this time. Wind will knock it down at the 35-yard line. St. Francis hop inside the 25. It will roll to a rest at the 22. Take a look one more time. Liam Eldridge, one of the great wide receivers, also playing some special teams, will escort the pigskin to the 22. Liam's another great story. A junior, he transferred in from Saddleback College out in San Clemente, California. You can tell he's from California because of the hair, I think. Definitely has the look. Oh, right on cue, Liam. Thank you. Performing very well for the Saints. One of the top 2 targets. Him and Ravon Johnson. What a great pairing on the outside for St. Francis. Inside run again for the Bees. Nice stick and tackle by Ravon Shoot. Tarks only able to pick up a yard or 2. Ravon, the sophomore out of Hollywood, Florida, third on the team in tackles, taking down a much bigger target there. Ravon, as the pass sails wide and incomplete. Ravon just 190 pounds, tackling that 225-pound back as you see the McDonald pass. Ooh, almost there. Nice catch by Villafuerte, but out of bounds. Brings up 3rd down and 8 for the Bees. McDonald and company checking back. McDonald, nothing. He's going to tuck it. He's going to pick up a first with his legs. Dives forward at the 39. He needed 8. He got 10. And a first down for the Bees. Such a luxury. And if you don't have a running back, or a quarterback rather, who can run if they need to, you're behind the times. You almost need a guy like that who can run it if he needs to. Another offensive lineman slow to get up here for St. Ambrose as Tarks picks up a few. Just one there. Quickly to the line, though, go the Bees. They didn't really give that offensive lineman much time here as we're under 6 minutes to go in the first half. McDonald on the run again. Out of bounds near the 40. Ravon shoot from North Miami. I'm being corrected on the YouTube screen. You know, I can only go with what my information tells me, but I appreciate the correction. I want to be as accurate as possible. 3rd down and 3 for the Bees. We see you folks watching. Appreciate that on the YouTube stream, and everyone watching on tape delay as well on local TV. Thank you very much. 8 in the box for St. Francis. They go to Tarks. He'll pick up another first down. What a load at running back. Not one running back for St. Ambrose averages more than 40, but they still lead the league in rushing. But it's been the Garrett Tarks show today. He's the leading ball carrier. He's tripped up by Johnson at the end of the play. First down at the 48-yard line for the Bees. McDonald, plenty of time. Looking long, has a man behind the defense. Caught by Ward. Cuts to the inside and a touchdown. Our first score of the ball game is a 52-yard strike to Yemi Ward. You have the feeling someone was going to break through at some point. It's been nearly 2 quarters of just battling back and forth. But finally, the big play comes from the Bees by way through the air. Before that play, Declan McDonald was just 3 for 9 for 40 yards. He just more than doubled that with 1 pass and a touchdown. 4:53 to go in the second quarter. It's 7-0 St. Ambrose. But you still get the feeling, the way that the St. Francis offense has been going through the first 2 quarters here, they're not far from scoring a touchdown. I don't think that they're going to be shut out. You know, fair to say that I've been wrong on 2 or 3 of my predictions today, but the Saints offense has been moving the chains too well today to be kept out of the end zone. That play, or the drive rather, for St. Ambrose goes 7 plays, covers 79 yards. The big play, a 52-yard touchdown pass to Yemi Ward. It covered 1 minute and 44 seconds. Mike Magistrelli's offense rolling here in Joliet today, especially on the ground, but wouldn't you figure it, their score comes through the air. That's the 3rd touchdown this season for Yemi Ward. His previous long reception was just 29 yards. Blew that out of the water with a 52-yarder there. Wynn's going to knock down the ball off the tee. Gillen sets it back up for the Bees. Back to return, Scotty Tumulty and Ravon Johnson. They're going to back up a bit with the wind at the back of the kicker. They're going to angle it to Tumulty. He will backpedal about 7 yards in. I mean, I think the entire side of this stadium wanted to see what Scotty could do with it, but smart move by the freshman. He'll take a knee and give his offense a chance to work. He's looking like, yeah, I can't do it. Can the Saints answer the St. Ambrose touchdown drive with one of their own? They have just a few ticks under 5 minutes to do it here in the first half. Eric Maffey in the pistol. Throwing, Ravon Johnson, another catch at the 32-yard line. That'll be a 6-yard pickup that takes about 4 bees to push him out. I believe you call that a swarm of bees. Probably the first play-by-play announcer to make that reference, I'd imagine.
Pick up 6 yards on the play.
Ravon checking his play chart. Ravon now 7 catches, over 80 yards. He has 7 of the 8 receptions for St. Francis wide receivers today. 2nd down and 4. Maffey again, nothing there. Tried to tuck it down, he goes. Another sack for the St. Ambrose defense. Ryan Zitkis, the senior defensive tackle, picks up his 2nd sack of the season. Take a look one more time here. Zitkis so tough. He had 9 tackles, and his lone sack of the season before that one came against St. Francis back in the 2nd game of the season. Safe to say he likes playing the Saints this year. His performance against the Saints previously in this season earned him a Defensive Player of the Week award. 3rd down and a long 9. That one a dying duck trying to get it out to Ravon Johnson, but he was tightly covered that time by Jet Haas, the senior safety. And a punt situation for St. Francis. And you're going to hear the crowd for St. Ambrose made the trip out here today, getting louder and louder. Meday going to have to kick into the wind again. Going to be some decent field position, I would think, for St. Ambrose. Down at the 47-yard line by Logan Johnson. That might have gone through his leg. That was kind of dangerous there by Logan, because if he touches that ball, it's live and could have been picked up. But no harm, no foul. St. Ambrose will have it at the 47-yard line. Yep, right through his legs. Ooh, that was dangerous. That hits his leg. There's a B player right there. Could have picked it up, but it was actually Dan Getch. That ball went right through the wickets of. All right, well, you've seen the running attack for St. Ambrose move the chains. You've seen the big playability through the air. Now you got to be careful. You don't want to go down 2 scores. Here's McDonald on the draw. Nice tackle at the 49-yard line. Uh-oh. Oh, that's a shoulder there for Chris Johnson, and that's not good because he's been spectacular. Yeah, he landed right on that right shoulder. I saw that happen. Ooh, that's going to be painful. Take a look again. Number 51 is Chris Johnson. You see him coming up from coverage, making the play. He'll land right on that right shoulder. Oh, and you can see him coming up. Oh, man. I'm going to stop play here. Coach Curry is going to go meet his star linebacker out there, make sure he's okay. That's the Saints leading tackler you see laying on the turf here at ATI Field. Just a junior. 52 tackles coming into the game today. Couple sacks, 5 behind the line. Has a forced fumble, a fumble recovery. It's a do-it-all kind of linebacker out of IC Catholic, who really just produces great linebackers. It's a great small school football program here in Illinois. Beautiful day here in Joliet. Going to push 70 degrees today. The baseball and softball facility up and running here. Some youth leagues today. Just refinished, though. The Joliet Park District putting a lot of money into that baseball, softball facility next door here to the stadium, putting in brand new field turf. I think this might be one of the first days that the players are on it. Glad they're able to use it. Actually had a guy in a car drive through one of the fences here at the Park District and drive all over that brand new field turf. No damage was done, thankfully, but that guy was arrested for DUI, by the way, which should come as no surprise. Back at it. Hopefully Chris can come back into the game, but hope his shoulder's okay. 2nd down and 8. Linebackers coming up. Play action. McDonald has a man wide open. That's going to be another touchdown. The play action was spectacular, but a flag in the backfield. That's a 53-yard touchdown as it sits. Yemi Ward just caught a 52-yard touchdown on the possession before. This time it's 53. Nope, I'm sorry. It would be 51, but the flag is going to go against St. Ambrose. Oh, no. 51-yard touchdown pass wiped off the board because of a penalty. It's a gift for the Saints right there. It's now 2nd down and 18 after the penalty. Oh, my apologies. 3rd down and 18. Here's McDonald. Passing situation. Looking long again for Ward. He has it behind the defense, but this one's just overshot. Yemi Ward, over the course of the last 2 possessions for St. Ambrose, making a living getting behind that secondary. They're going to have to be careful now. They've already connected on 2. Thankfully, the last one was taken away because of a penalty, with almost 3 right there. Yemi Ward showing some wheels. Third down. That was 3rd down and 18, yep. Throwing left, and this one is intercepted. I believe it should be. Yes, it is. St. Francis with their 2nd takeaway of the game. Angel Mata, the junior, his 2nd pick of the season, his 1st interception of the year. Guess who it was against? St. Ambrose. St. Francis forced a fumble, picked it up, and now an interception for their 2nd takeaway of the game with 2.5 to go. Declan McDonald throws his 2nd interception of the season. 1st down for the Saints. Let's see if they can put some points on the board before halftime. Maffey, quarterback carry. Ooh, could have been a hold there. It's going nowhere. Run by Maffey, not a lot of room, but couldn't help but listening here to Coach Curry coaching up his defense. Luckily, we're not too worried about FCC violations. 2nd down, and we'll call it 9 here for the Saints offense. Maffey in the air, finds Johnson again for a big 1st down up near midfield. We'll call it 22 yards for number 22. Ravon Johnson having himself a day today. 8th catch, nearing 100 yards. 1st down, St. Francis at their own 48-yard line. He is over 100 yards. 8 catches, 103. This one a wobbler, and that's going to be picked off. That was not a great throw into like quadruple coverage. Oh, heartbreaker for the Saints. The pick goes to Griffin Zajac, his 2nd interception of the season. And a flag coming in after the play near the St. Ambrose bench, where a few Saints offensive linemen were previously spotted. Maffey was hit as he was thrown, but he shouldn't have. Look at all those white jerseys. Yeah, didn't stand a chance looking for Eldridge. Uh-oh, and one of the play cards got away in the wind. Ravon Johnson, 8 catches, 103 yards today. He's having himself a career day. Fortunately, unable to find the end zone. He's got 2 straight games with 2 touchdowns. Last game against St. Ambrose in the second game of the year, 9 catches for 123. He pretty much he's 1 20-yard catch shy of that, and we are about a minute and a half from halftime. Which, by the way, during halftime, we will honor the St. Francis bowling program. The penalty was against St. Ambrose, by the way, after the play, so we'll march them back on first down here. We're going to talk to Tony Talley, the head bowling coach here at St. Francis. They will be raising a banner as they are coming off an NAIA National Championship bowling tournament. So we'll get his thoughts on how the season's been going, about bowling here at St. Francis. Pretty interesting discussion coming up with Tony as the carry on first down picks up about 5. The women unable to qualify for that national tournament, but the men not only qualified, but they lost their first match, which put them in the losers bracket, so they had to fight their way through the losers bracket and actually won the national title. Here's McDonald on second down. It's caught on the sideline, kept in bounds at the 45. It's going to be a first down. We're under a minute to play. Clock will stop as they move the chains here. And all of a sudden, Declan McDonald really finding his stride, really finding his favorite target, Yemi Ward, now 4 catches, and he's over 100 yards. McDonald, time, throwing on the run. Has Ward at midfield. Now they're going to say he put a foot out of bounds right near midfield. Take a look again. Yemi, nobody covering him. Big collision on the outside with Jalen Cooper. They're going to mark it at the 49-yard line. Second down. 39 seconds to go, first half. Halftime interview with our bowling coach for the national champion Saints bowling team. Stick around for that. Here's our second down and 5 play for the Bees. Play action, passing. Check down to the tight end. A big hit from Cooper forces him out of bounds. Jalen Cooper unafraid of the big hit on Sam Kerr. Look at Cooper with about a 10-yard run up. Puts a shoulder to shoulder and out of bounds. Big Sam Kerr right there. 6'5", 240, able to absorb the hit. Third down and 2 for the Bees. 32 seconds to go. Going to keep it on the ground. Here's Hall. Turns it up at the numbers. Stiff arm. Running into the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Come on, Curran running out of the way. And some more extracurricular activities on the benches, at the benches. Was there a flag thrown? Hard to tell there. We will hear from our referee, Jack Shanahan. Again. They're going to call a personal foul on Scott Tumulty. Hard to exactly hear with the wind and the mask, but had to be something about a late hit maybe. Or hit out of bounds. That's not good. With 24 seconds, you kind of push him near field goal range now. Here's McDonald. He's going to try through the air again, looking for his favorite target, Ward, and caught. Touchdown. Ward. I believe that was number 9, Angel Mata. He had an interception this time. This time he just got turned around. Turned around too early, and a perfectly placed ball by Declan McDonald. Yemi Ward's second touchdown of the season, of the game. Or was that? Hard to tell between 1 and 7 with the font that they use for the numbers. I believe that's a number. Is that 1 or 7? I think it's 1. Yemi Ward. Extra point attempt with 17 seconds to go makes it 14-0. St. Ambrose.
Tom Gillen with the point after touchdown. And with 17 seconds left to play in the second quarter, it's St. Ambrose 14. Your Fighting Saints 0.
Declan McDonald, after a pretty rough start throwing the ball, has come on pretty strong. 8 for 16 now for 139 yards, a couple touchdowns and a pick. Coach Curry looking on here as his team trails by 2 touchdowns. Quite the balanced attack after all. St. Ambrose 26 carries for 100 yards. They're 8 for 16 through the air for 140 yards. So a first half heavy on the run early, but they found their passing attack here in the second quarter. Low kick will be a line drive to Ravon Johnson. Let's see if he can do it on special teams as well as he's been doing it on offense. Return up to the 32-yard line. There'll be 10 seconds, I imagine. They'll take a knee to go to halftime.
Johnson with the return, tackle made by number 29.
See Ravon, a dangerous play there at the end as the gunner for St. Ambrose coming in as Ravon was spun down facing backwards there. Looks to be okay. Yep, St. Francis will take a knee here with 10 seconds to go, and we will go to halftime. Pretty evenly matched first half, except for 2 big pass plays from St. Ambrose. The St. Francis secondary has a bit of planning to do to see if they can make some kind of adjustments to keep Yemi Ward in front of them. He's been dangerous. He's got both of the touchdowns for St. Ambrose. And that's where we are right now as we go to halftime. 14-0 Bees over the Saints on a beautiful day here in Joliet. We'll take a break. We're going to hear from Tony Talley, the head bowling coach for St. Francis, coming off a national championship. We'll get his thoughts. We'll get some numbers from our first half. And the second half is about 20 minutes away. Thanks for sticking around with us. It's Bees 14, Saints 0 at halftime. You're watching St. Francis football on the USF Sports TV network. Stick around. It's halftime here of the St. Francis football game, but we're going to continue the discussion of St. Francis athletics here with Tony Talley. Coach Tony, the national champion men's bowling team at St. Francis, man. How does that sound?
It's pretty crazy, man. Sounds great.
That's really, really cool. So take us on the journey here of this national tournament. First off, it's the first year that the NAI has held a national tournament, but it's not the first time that NAI schools have competed at a national level. I know maybe there's a difference you can describe there, but from what I understand, it's just kind of the difference of raising a banner here, right?
Yeah, bowling's been an invitational sport for a long time, decades. And bowling's always been strong. The NAI National Championship, well, back then it was invitational. We had, I think, 16 teams going. So it was always a very strong tournament. This year, the NAI recognizes us as a sport, so we get a banner now.
I guess there's a process to go through or whatever.
Yeah, I tell you what though, the women's program won it in 2017. That was an invitational, but that compared to this championship, it's just been surreal. It's still not sure if it's real yet. It's it's just been crazy doing interviews,
Yeah.
with you. It's just been cool. They've been treating us like rock stars all over campus.
Hey, I guess, yeah, the different, you've like you said, you've had a women's team who's won an NAI invitational title, but once you're recognized and there's a big red banner to hang in the Sullivan Center, things are a little bit different, right?
Yes, different.
Well, that's cool, man. It's a sense of pride for you and your program and the school. I think Joliet as a whole. And before we talk about the kids in the squad and how you got the trophy, I was looking at the roster that you guys have, and everybody but one is from our area. It's a local squad, and I think that kind of speaks to the popularity and the strength of bowling here in the greater Northeast Illinois community, right?
Yes, bowling has always been strong in this area. Always, even before St. Francis was here. My assistant coach, Breeza Barrick, went to Nebraska, won a national championship there. She bowled at Lockport. Lockport's another program in this area. Manuka. I mean, all the schools in this area is just strong. Joliet West. Problem is some of these kids, some of the good kids. I mean, they're really, really good kids.
Yep.
They don't want to stay in the area. They want to go away. You can win a national championship right here in your backyard.
Why wouldn't you want to do that, right? And that's what a lot of the kids did. So talk about some of the kids on your squad who really stepped up all season long, and maybe especially in that national tournament.
What a season it was with being with the pandemic and everything. And at the beginning of the season, we had our first 3 tournaments that were canceled. Mm-hmm. We weren't even sure what was going on at that point. And even in practice, it was kind of like, just kind of going through the motions. Once we hit that first tournament, though, the boys they were ready. Mm-hmm. They were like, okay, the season's here, let's go. But during this season, during this run, especially this week at the championship, I see this happen a couple of times. It's really magical. But you see some of these kids grow up right in front of your eyes. Yeah. You get on them about, making good decisions, maturing as a person off the lanes and on the lanes, maturing as a bowler. Michael Nape Jr., he just matured right in front of my eyes as a person and as a player on the lanes. That was a thrill to see. We know that this kid he comes from bowling royalty. His father's a USBC Hall of Famer. So this kid has a talent, and finally we got to saw it. In this tournament, Eric Kramer is another one. Just matured and became a leader on this team, on this squad. The squad was desperately looking for a leader, and we had a couple of guys step up. Eric Kramer, Alec Dudley, the most unselfish player I've ever coached. Whatever he needs to do for the program, for us to win, it's no questions asked, and he just goes about his business and gets his work done. Tremendous player, tremendous person, and of course, everybody else on the team, Theron Mitchell, first year on varsity with us, kind of a role player. Wow, did he step up in the championship matches, man.
No pun intended though, right?
Yeah, he just stepped up coming off the bench, and he knows his role as a left-hander. If you have a look, you're going to be in. If not, then you're going to be coming off the bench. And man, he had a heck of a championship match. And Robbie Kickball, he's had a tough year, personally going through some things, and just was kind of a little lost, and Robbie is our most talented player to ever come out of this program. Yeah. And we all knew that we needed Robbie, and we're just waiting for him to show up. And man, did he show up at this tournament? He picked the right tournament to get it done. But I mean, it was a great team effort. It really was. Brandon Williamson coming off the bench. I think it was the match against Ottawa. We got Alec and Eric got a little lost, and we had to go deeper to the bench, and we brought in the freshman in a big time situation, and we had him in the 4-hole. And even my assistant coach, Michael Kickma, even asked me, he says, are we good with the freshman in the 4-hole? And I told him, absolutely. If we didn't have him on this roster, then I wouldn't trust him. So we put him in there, and he banged 2 big strikes for us. It helped us get us to the championship match. Everyone was just a team effort. Players coming off the bench, role players,
I love it.
Do the job. And
I love it. I can tell just by how you talk about the kids. You love the kids, and you love the sport. You love the program, and can you walk us through the national tournament? Because if no one read about it, they might not know. But you guys took the scenic route to get there. You lost the first match, which put you in a losers bracket. So can you explain the steps along the way and some of the more dramatic moments to get to that finals?
Yeah. So we had 24-game Baker qualifying and day 1. And what that does is it seeds us 1 through 10. The men qualified fourth, so we went into bracket play the next day, and we got swept by Indiana Tech 0-3. And at that time, I was coaching the women. We were also in match play. Michael Kickmott, my assistant, came up to me and says, like, coach. Now, Michael's the first time coaching, helping us. He knows the game. He got a little lost with the transition, and we talked about it, started talking to the players, and I told him, I said, this is all I'm doing, with the girls. I said, I have them. I might get a little detailed here in bowling, so I'm sorry if I lose you, but I had them on the gutter, and when the gutter started hooking a lot, we didn't mess around. We moved from one side of the lane to the other side of the lane, and unless you have some experience knowing that, you don't see that, and that's one of the things we talked about. Now, going to the second round of match play, both the men and women were in the losers bracket. The ladies lost, so they're out of the tournament. But the boys didn't bowl yet. They bowled an hour later. So they gave me an opportunity to go be with the men's. And one of the things we talked about, the first thing I talked about, I'm like, here we are. I said, we're a better team than this. Okay. So we got a little lost, but we're still the most talented team here in this tournament. So let's put this together here. And we just talked about our game plan, and we stuck with our game plan. And that's how we went through match play. Whenever we saw that the gutter start to hook, we made that transition, made that move, and it was the right move. And we got to the championship match. And going into the championship match, I knew that we had to double dip them, but I don't know, for some reason, it just did not. I didn't think about that. I didn't think that we had to I just kept telling the guys, I'm like, this is the run. After we lost to Indiana Tech, I told them, I said, we have to go on a run. This is going to be the most memorable run that some of you players are ever going to have in your history of bowling. Nice. So we're going to remember that run. So that's what we did.
Yeah, and then you had to win twice at the very end, beat the same team twice to take home the banner, and you did, and that's awesome, man. So congratulations on that. Is there does the season continue for you guys? In there a USBC event coming up?
Yes, we have a USBC coming up, the sectionals. That's April 16th and 17th. We're heading down to Smyrna, Tennessee. It's kind of set up a lot like NCAA basketball. So we have 4 sectionals, top 64 teams in the country. We'll be sent to 4 sectionals. We're going to Tennessee. Top 4 teams out of those sectionals will head to nationals. That's in, I think, just outside of Detroit, Michigan. So the top 16 teams will head there, and we'll face off again.
And we're talking about some of the big boys here, right? The NAIA championship's great, but now you're going up against some of the big programs, right?
Yeah. So now this is the ITC's Intercollegiate Championship. So this is NCAA, NAIA, junior college, club sports. Anybody who has a college team, they're fighting for this cup. So this is what we have. This is the one thing that we don't have.
Well, you're in your 8th year here, or your 8th year coaching. Yes, so traditionally, how have you done in this particular event?
So far, the ladies have they've qualified every year of the existence of the program. So we haven't missed the national trip yet. The men, this is our 4th season straight.
Nice.
Yes.
Well, congratulations on the banner. I look forward to whenever that banner raising ceremony can and will be held. And good luck at the big national event, man. Congratulations.
Thanks a lot, Nick. I appreciate it.
14-0 halftime score. St. Ambrose on top of St. Francis. The penultimate game for both teams. St. Francis will take on St. Xavier next week up in Chicago. As far as St. Ambrose is concerned, they're going to take on Roosevelt University next week out in Davenport, Iowa to wrap up the year. Let's take a look at some numbers here. First, the scoring. It's been all Yemi Ward, a 52-yard touchdown pass he reeled in the second quarter. Both of the touchdowns happened in quarter number 2. Yemi Ward's 52-yard catch was with about 4:53 left to go on the clock. That made it 7-zip. And then again, Declan McDonald found Yemi Ward from 25 yards out. Nearly another 51-yard touchdown, but that one was called back because of penalty. So not a very long list of scoring chances for both teams. Take a look at some of the numbers, though. On the ground, St. Ambrose rushed it 26 times for 100 yards. St. Francis, 17 carries for just 23. Most of those for St. Francis have been from quarterback Eric Maffey. He's carried it 11 times. And picked up 17 yards. No scoring from St. Francis on the ground or otherwise. Through the air, St. Francis 10 for 16 with 2 interceptions for 127 yards. St. Ambrose 8 for 16 through the air, 139 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception from their quarterback Declan McDonald. Of course, the starter for most of the season for St. Ambrose, John Beckendorf, is out today. He was injured last week with an ankle sprain, unable to go most likely for the final. And he's got the mouth guard. It looks a bit like a baby pacifier. Pretty tough runner, too. A lot of fun to watch. And he's taken advantage of the extra year of eligibility because of COVID. So senior, but he will be back. It is senior day. And the Saints are honoring 3 of their players today who won't be back. Offensive lineman Thad Ampadu out of Romeoville, Rio Strama out of Shorewood, JCA guy, and then also number 15, Dalton Jenner, a tight end from Florida, who is playing in their last game here today. There's Dalton, number 15. Doesn't get into too many games, unfortunately, but, every player has a role on their team, whether it's on Saturday afternoons or it's during the week in preparation. Each guy has something to do and brings value to the squad. And if you're going to stick around for 4 years doing that role to the best of your ability, you're going to be honored with that, and as Dalton and Rio and Thad are today. Saints will get the football to start things off here in the second half. Let's get a Scott Tumulty return here. Something good to get a spark going on offense. Appreciate everyone tuning in on our USF Sports TV channel. I believe we have baseball live as well down in downtown Joliet at DuPage Medical Group Field, home of the Joliet Slammers and the Saints, of course. You can pop over there and take in some baseball if you'd like. Also being broadcast on our USF YouTube channel. Johnson and Tumulty standing at their 15-yard line. St. Ambrose will kick into the wind. The high kick. They got to be careful here. Need some sure hands. Tumulty will actually try a return here from the 30. Maybe goes backward a yard. Short kick doesn't allow a return. Smart play by Ambrose, I'd say. Take a look here. I thought he might call for a fair catch, but that's not Scott Tumulty's style.
St. Francis will start the third quarter on its own 27-yard line.
One of the best returners in the country, a freshman. Here's Eric Maffey returning to the field with his offense. He'll have Paray Barber in behind him. 4 wide receivers to start things off here, quarter number 3 from the 27-yard line. Here's Eric. Throws a dart incomplete, looking for Ravon Johnson. Nicely defended by Liam Kelly, who has an interception so far today. But they are really force-feeding it to Ravon. I think Eric putting a lot of faith in his arm strength there, trying to zip it in. Ravon is having a great game, 8 catches, 103 yards, but you got to know that Magistrelli and his defensive coaching staff are going to make some adjustments and not make it that easy. Here's Paray Barber and lined up wide left. Maffey checks it down, and again, incomplete. Looking for Ravon. Hard to tell if he dropped it or if it was knocked away by the safety coming up making the play. Probably a little bit of both. Let's bring up 3rd down and 10 here. Hate to go 3 and out right away. Although historically or statistically this season, the third quarters have been the worst for the St. Francis offense. They've only scored 3 total points in all of the third quarters this season. And that is just from a field goal last week from Brian Madej. Maffey steps up. Does find Ravon on this one. Another 5 yards fighting through it. And a first down for the Saints on 3rd and 10. They pick up 12. That's a gutsy throw by Eric. Look at the strength. Ravon goes up and gets it. And gets an extra 5 after contact. Ravon Johnson, spectacular. First down for the Saints. Maffey, pressure, sacked. Say half sacks coming for a couple of defenders there for St. Ambrose. Their number 1 guy, Bernard Buhake, the senior out of Arlington, Texas, gets at least half of that. I believe that was also Drew Ackman, the other defensive end, making his way into the backfield. You see Bernard there. Buhake, big boy, 6'7", 245. Reminds me a lot of some guys that St. Francis had a few years back, and Tim Smith, Albert Cruz, that type of guy. Here's Eric through the air again, launches one. Ooh, he had Ravon open right near the first down mark. Just a bit outside of his reach, couldn't quite grab that one on the far sideline. Tried to pull it in with one hand. The sack was a loss of 8, so 3rd down and 18 now. Ravon Johnson, the junior transfer in from Northern Michigan, a Bolingbrook guy, went to Hinsdale South. Number 1 in all relevant receiving categories for the Saints. Gotta hurry. Hit as he's thrown. It's a wobbler. Ooh, but it finds the ground. We get a flag? No. No, nice. I heard the crowd erupt. I thought it might have been the Saints side, but no, that was the St. Ambrose side giving their defense a cheer. Maffey hit again by one of those defensive ends. Drew Ackman brings up 4th down in a punt situation. Maffey's going to put a boot into this one with the wind at his back. Also a bit of a cross breeze here from his left to right. Big leg by Brian. It bounced out of bounds near the 10. That'd be about 60 yards in the air. Not sure where it crossed the sideline, though. Huge boot. Oh, my goodness, Brian Madej. I know it had the wind, but still a strong punt. They will mark it at the 15. So 55-yard punt for Brian. That's a weapon. Declan McDonald been the guy at quarterback for St. Ambrose. We thought we might see Aaron Cussman, the 6'4" senior, come in, play some signal caller, but it's been all the sophomore. On the ground, it's Tarks. Need to gang tackle him, and they do. No gain, maybe one if anything for Garrett. It's been Garrett Tarks and Knowledge Hall, both with 8 carries so far. But Garrett Tarks has been averaging 6 yards per tote. They do give him 1 yard on the play, so 2nd down and 9. On the ground again for Tarks. They bottle him up right near the line of scrimmage. Tried running right, no room there. Tried left here, nothing there again. It's good to see Chris Johnson back in the game, number 51. He went out with a shoulder injury in the 2nd quarter, but makes his way back in. 3 down linemen for the Saints. 3 linebackers, 4 defensive backs. Snap to McDonald. Pressure up the middle. Rolls outside. Here comes Johnson. Pushes him as he's thrown and incomplete. Nicely done defensively for the Saints. 3 and out for the Bees. There's Chris out with an injury earlier, forcing McDonald to get rid of it. Just no room there. Nice defense by St. Francis. Tom Willis, you saw there at the end of the play, number 42. Also out of Miami, Florida. Got some folks down in Florida watching today. Hunsicker, the sophomore, on to punt it away for the Bees. Back to return Tumulty, kicking into the wind. Scotty gonna have to be sure-handed here. Up and away. It's going to be a very short kick, and it takes a St. Francis hop out of bounds. The Saints offense will have it inside the 40. Now's the time to make some noise and put some points on the board. Very short field, wind at their back.
At the St. Ambrose 35-yard line.
Maffey's 11 for 21 for 145 yards. Couple interceptions, no touchdowns. He's also the team's leading ball carrier with 12 carries and just 9. St. Francis unable to do much on the ground, but we knew that was going to be tough coming in. They being St. Ambrose, held St. Xavier to just 5 rushing yards last week, and they only allow 66 rushing yards per game. Maffey going to carry it himself on a designed quarterback run. He'll pick up 3. You're going to hear Coach Curry doing a little defensive coaching here as he addresses his defense. Here near side, there's Eric Maffey. Eric, a junior out of Coal Valley, Illinois, Moline High School in the Quad Cities area, exactly where Davenport is, home of St. Ambrose University. So likely knows a lot of the kids, a lot of local kids from the Quad Cities play for the Bees. 2nd down and 6 here for St. Francis. Check down. Ooh, he was wide open on the wheel route. He had, come on, Karan, the junior running back, but he didn't turn his head quite quick enough. Look at the room he had. Oh, he just didn't turn his head quick enough to recognize the pass was coming and incomplete. 3rd down for the Saints. Command out of Los Angeles, California. 3rd leading receiver with 9 catches coming into today behind the top 2, Ravon Johnson and Liam Eldridge. And the top 2 receivers are together on the left side. Ravon in the slot left and Eldridge wide left. They're going to throw that way. Dan Getch, the intended receiver, but nowhere close on that throw. 4th down. That was the opportunity. You had the field position, they had the wind, and the offense might be staying on the field here. Now here comes Brian Madej. I think he might be trying the field goal here. With the wind at his back, he has the leg. If he makes it, he will tie the St. Francis record for long field goal, which he holds from a kick earlier this season. Good snap, hold down. Oh, kicks low. He didn't get under it. Madej unable to get that one into the jet stream, and the Bees will take over at about their own 35, and hopefully the defense can go back to work for the Saints. They've been pretty good. 2 big plays are the difference so far. You'll see him just not get under that one. Maybe he had to hurry because he saw Griffin Zajac coming in from the edge. Lots of coaching going on right now as we tick deeper into our 3rd quarter, and things getting a little more urgent for this St. Francis offense, trying to figure out something to get into that end zone. First play on the ground to Tarks. Reminds you a lot of a guy who played in this stadium back in the late 80s, early 90s. He wore brown, but it wasn't for St. Francis. It was for Joliet Catholic, a guy by the name of Mike Allstott. Went on to have a heck of a career in the NFL with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers just by doing this, by putting his head down and carrying the football and running hard. And that's what you see Garrett Tarks doing right now as he picks up another yard or 2, makes it 3rd down and short for the Bees. Turn down that field mic a little bit. You see Garrett Tarks again on the carry. Man, what a tough runner. In the heat of battle, emotions run high. Trying to get a spark going on that offense. Again, Tarks 3 in a row, and he'll pick up a first down, busting into the second level before he's tripped up. And with a 14-point lead, why would you not run it to big number 30? Senior out of McCallsburg, Iowa, 5'11", 220 pounds. Second most on the team in carries and yards. It's kind of surprising he hasn't found the end zone yet this season. Fourth play in a row to number 30. This one goes for 2 yards up to midfield. It's putting this game in the hands of the offensive line, aren't they? Just letting the big boys up front go to work. No sense in throwing it into the wind, up 14. Tarks is going to get a breather, though, this time. They're going to put Knowledge Hall back in. Sophomore transfer from the University of Indianapolis. High school at Richwoods down in Peoria. So 4 plays in a row to the running back on an inside run. This one goes for about 3, so 3rd down and 5. Now they do have to start thinking about throwing it. Mark it at the 47. 3rd down and 5, 8.5 to go here. Linebackers sneaking up to the line. See if they want to throw it here. If they do, keep an eye on number 1. He's the guy at the bottom of your screen, Yemi Ward. He's been their favorite target. 6 catches, 126 yards so far, but nope, they're going to put it on the ground. It's Hall. He's bottled up at the line. Who's going to push harder? St. Francis pushes them back. It was a gain of 2, so 4th down. We'll say gain of 1, so 4th down and 4. 5 straight plays running the ball inside for St. Ambrose. But they're going to punt it away. They're going to put it into the hands of their defense. Why wouldn't you? I think St. Francis is going to have to make something happen here on special teams. And they got the guy to do it. If they give Scott Tumulty a chance, he can make something happen. He's got 2 punt returns for touchdowns so far this year. Averages 16.6 yards per punt return. Not going to have a lot of room this time. Calls for the fair catch at about the 27-yard line. Nice punt by Hunsicker. Nice hands by Scott in traffic, but so calm. Just chips on the helmet like a badge of honor for these guys. See if Maffey and company can orchestrate something. Need to get some points on the board. Johnson goes in motion for the jet sweep play action. Maffey going to try to keep it himself. He only gets to the 30 though. A gain of 3, 2nd down and 7. Just a different look being shown by the St. Francis offense. Unfortunately, same result against one of the best run-stopping defenses in the country. Third best rushing defense in the NAIA at 66 yards allowed per game. Here's Maffey. They're not a great passing defense, and here's Eldridge. Haven't called his name in a while. Just his 3rd catch, but it picks up a first down. With all eyes on number 22, they go to number 21.
21, Liam Eldridge, good enough for a St. Francis first down.
First down up to the 45-yard line for St. Francis. Third catch, now 39 yards at that 20-yard reception. They go right back to Liam. He's got another one, makes the man missing down, and there he goes. Cuts back at the 30. Roll, ball's on the ground, and St. Ambrose is going to dive on it. Oh, a heartbreaker for St. Francis. A great play to strip it from behind. And look at his teammates running to him, say, hey, head up, keep playing. A great play by Liam. He just didn't secure the ball at the end. Nice job switching the ball to his left hand, but coming up from behind, the old peanut punch from Vince Shaw, the corner. Heartbreaker for the Saints, but a great play by Shaw. He saw that ball being carried away from the body, and even some of the defense for St. Francis kind of going, come on, boys. They've been right there. They've been moving the ball, moving the sticks. Plenty of first downs for St. Francis, but just can't quite get to pay dirt. And back to the ground game goes St. Ambrose, and a huge hole for Hall, but a great tackle. The senior Rio Strama lifts him up and puts him down.
42 to Knowledge.
Huge hole to Knowledge Hall, but Rio gets his shoulders low, lifts him up, and puts him down. That's how you teach it at Joliet Catholic. The run was a first down, though, up to the 31-yard line. 5.5 to go, third quarter. Pass out to Ward. Clock will continue to run after the 5-yard pickup. Second down and 5. It's nice to see Yemi Ward have a catch that isn't 20 yards. He's their burner. He can get behind the defense, and Declan McDonald has the arm to get it there, although he is throwing into the wind now. You kind of feel that whenever they get that secondary play call, they like to go through the air. Let's see if number 4, Declan McDonald, can see what he does here. Nope. On the ground to Hall. Bottled up inside. Nice shoestring tackle. I believe that was Michael Johnson, the nose tackle out of IC Catholic. 52 right there in the middle of that defensive line. See him. Oh, nope. Got passed up there. Big third down here for the Saints defense. Give the offense another chance. Pump fake, throwing, and incomplete. Nice job by Declan McDonald to avoid the sack, but it was Blake Evans. Who else was in that pile? Max Briscoe and Ryan King all forcing the punt coming up here for St. Ambrose. The defense for St. Francis been pretty good. The offense just needs to put something together. Mike Whitney also for St. Francis, applying a bit of pressure. Punt is away. Here's Tumulty. Fair catch called for. The 42-yard line. I didn't even see him put his hands up. He makes that call so quickly. All right. Let's give Liam Eldridge another chance here. He's going to want to make up for that fumble, I bet, and I think he might do something special. Let's keep an eye for number 21, Liam Eldridge. You see Coach Curry going to coach up his defense. His crew have been doing pretty good today. Giving up just 2 big pass plays. Other than that, they're keeping the pretty good rushing game by St. Ambrose bottled up for the most part. There's Liam, number 21. Here's Maffey to throw. Looking long for Johnson, dropped it on a dime. There goes Ravon on his feet at the 10-5, touchdown. 58 yards and a score. You knew the Saints offense was going to break through at some point. They've been too good all game. They finally hit on a long pass And with an extra point kick from Madej, we'll cut the lead in half. What a beauty by Maffey. And Johnson off to the races. Snap good, hold down, kick on the way, looks good from here, and it is. We got ourselves another one possession game, as every single game this season has been, literally. Freshman kicker puts another one through the uprights with 3:53 to go. Just what, man, the Saints offense needed that one. And that's going to energize your defense too. Let's see if they can come back and get another takeaway. Eric Maffey now 14 for 26, 252 yards. Finally a touchdown. Ravon now over 175 yards, 10 catches, 179 and a score. Johnson now with 7 touchdown catches this season. Over 500 yards, over 550 yards actually this season. There's Ravon, number 22. Needed that one. Sidewinding kick. Return will be from the 4-yard line. Nice return up to the 30, 26-yard return from the wide receiver Tyler Martin, number 12. Defense has been good. Just don't let Liami Ward behind you. And they've been doing very, very well. The only time the Saints have gotten burned is when they give up that big pass. Other than that, they've held Ambrose's offense in check. The longest run they've had so far just been 17 yards by Garrett Tarks. Don't worry, I knocked on wood. Start the play clock there with 3:48 to go here in the third quarter. One possession game here in Joliet. Angel Mata coming up playing the run. They're going to hand it off. Nice stick right in the middle. Chris Johnson, Ravon shoot. The first two there for the Saints. 3-yard pickup. Some big hitting going on in this game today from both sides. Ball carrier was Ray Bouye, the junior out of St. Rita. CCL powerhouse, the Chicago Catholic League. Declan McDonald out of another Catholic school, Marmion Academy in the Aurora area. Second down. They gave him 5. Here's Bouye again. He's the speedster. You got to bottle him up, but he's going to pick up the first down. Needed 5, got about 8. To the 43-yard line. And that is exactly what St. Ambrose needs. First downs and a running game to milk some clock. We're under 3 minutes to go. There's Ray Bouye. Pretty much the third head of the 3-headed running back situation for St. Ambrose behind Tarks and Hall. The change of pace, speed back. He's going to look to the edge. Tracked down by Ray Vaughn. He wraps him up. Nowhere to go. Nice speed by Ray Vaughn. Shoots out of North Miami, Florida. Thank you very much. Third on the team in tackles coming into today. You'll see number 1 from the safety spot run in and wrap him up. Finished up at the end of the play by Cam Holman, the defensive end. The freshman out of Wilmington helped clean up the play. Gain of 1 on the play, 2nd and 9 for the Bees as we go to 2 minutes in the third quarter. Pass goes to the outside. It is complete, and looks like it's going to be a first down. Blake Whitman with the catch, and I say that with a bit of surprise because he is the team's leading receiver this season. 20 catches, 278 for 6 touchdowns this season. Number 1 guy, but just his first catch today. Soft defense here by the Saints, looking for the run. Here's Garrett Tarks, the head of steam to the 40-yard line. He'll pick up 5 or 6. Whew, big number 30. Averaging about 5 yards per carry as he gets another big play. Ooh, dangerous play for Sam Kerr. Number 83 got rolled up from behind by Tarks. Officially 5 yards. 2nd down and 5. Saints need another big stop here. Pass and dive, incomplete, 3rd down. 44 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. And if I'm St. Ambrose, well, the clock stops, so they're going to have to run a play. But if you were St. Francis, you would really like to get another possession before you go to the next quarter because you have the wind at your back. But for the 4th quarter, St. Francis is going to have to fight that wind. Here we go, 3rd down and 5. New play from the St. Ambrose bench. To Tarks again on 3rd and 5. Upended at the 40. He'll pick up just 1. 4th down coming up for the Bees. Do they trust their defense or do they want to try to continue the possession here on offense? And they're staying on the field on 4th down and 4. Offense going to stay on the field. Here we go. Big 4th down play and a timeout called by St. Francis. Talk about 4th downs for just a second. For St. Ambrose on the season, just 6 for 16. Picking up 4th downs, it's about 38%. Their defense is amazing on 4th down, St. Ambrose is. Keeping opponents to just 28% on 4th down conversions. By the way, another shout out to the men's bowling team. National champs for St. Francis. Another banner going to go up in the Sullivan Center. Congratulations to head coach Tony Talley and their crew there. Blake Evans getting a little bit of work. Number 17, the linebacker. He's on, and here we go. 4th down for St. Ambrose, nursing a 7-point lead. High snap. It's going to be over his head. McDonald dives on it back at his own 35, and my goodness, an absolute Easter gift. Put that in a basket with some Easter eggs because that is a present for St. Francis. Wow. St. Francis will take over at the St. Ambrose 36 instead of their own 40. If you want wins, if you want to stack up wins, you need to take advantage of opponents' mistakes. St. Francis, by their own admission, has made enough of their own this season, and their opponents have taken advantage. Can they do it now against a 3-1 St. Ambrose squad? Here's Eric Maffey. Pressure is on, and he's going to be sacked. Making his way there was Ryan Zitkis again. I believe he has multiple sacks today. And that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. A dubious start to the drive for the Saints. We'll be back in 1 minute with the 4th quarter and a 1-possession game on the USF Sports TV network.
It's our conference meet, so it's kind of our biggest meet of the year. Sharon was a Lindsey Wilson runner. We'd known each other for a long time, and she is a sweetheart. She's absolutely adorable. You would never want anything bad to happen to her in a race, ever.
We were 2.5 miles into it, and Darcy and I were in second and third, and Sharon was in first. We knew that she had gone the wrong way because we could barely still see her. She was still pretty far in front of us.
She still came in third place at the finish, but I came in first and Danielle came in second. Immediately, we just go, no! We like both literally did this motion with our arms.
We didn't want the credit for first and second because we knew that's not what it really was.
Well, I'm very proud of our girls. You know, you can't help but be proud. Anytime someone does the right thing, no matter what. In our day and age now, it's everybody out for themselves.
Second down and 20 as we start quarter number 4. Crossing route falls incomplete. It was only 3 yards past the line of scrimmage to Jack Blemke. Wouldn't have gone for very much, but it's going to be incomplete. Third down and 20. You talk about mistakes. Little ones throughout the course of the season that can have big ramifications. That can turn a one-possession win into a one-possession loss. And that's just the things that St. Francis is trying to work through this year. Little things here and there, stopping your own mental and physical mistakes. Here's Maffey through the air, wide open outside is Blemke. That's a nice, about 15 yards, but it brings up fourth down into the win. You got to keep the offense out there, I think. With the way the defense is playing, it's worth a shot here. So you got 2 guys you're going to want to go to. Blemke, nice catch. But you got guys like Ravon Johnson and Liam Eldridge. They're going to be lined up on the outside. Those are the 2 guys. It's one of those 2 that's going to make a big catch. Here's Liam. He'll be slot left. 22 is Ravon Johnson. He's wide right. You got Dan Getch between them on the right side. There's the snap. He's looking that way. Ravon's wide open, but they go to Liam, and there's going to be a flag. There's got to be. Oh, my goodness. No flag. He could not get back to the ball. I did not see that head for that defender turn around and even look for that ball. Not at all. Not at all. Oh, man. Turnover on downs. That one's rough. And Coach Curry's going to let him know.
Maffey's pass incomplete, intended for number 21, Eldridge.
Missed opportunity for the Saints. Even if that is a flag, you had plenty of chances. Even on that play, Ravon Johnson was wide open on the crossing route. See if the defense can make it happen one more time. We just are underway here in quarter number 4. Plenty of time. And they keep it on the ground. Another 5-yard carry, and that's what they do. 4, 5, 6 yards a crack. This time, Brendan Ballman, senior running back. Haven't called his name, but he's got 47 carries this season. He's kind of part of that running back by committee. He just hasn't had an opportunity today. Averages 4 yards per carry, which is the best on the team. And he's going to have an opportunity here to help close out in the fourth quarter. Only picks up 2, so another third down. Third down and 2 for St. Ambrose. Can St. Francis get into that offensive backfield? There's Ballman. Out of Grafton, Illinois, Jersey High School, a senior. A little hurry up offense by the Bees. Everybody on the line of scrimmage. They're going to throw it, though. McDonald hit as he's thrown. Floats in the air and incomplete. Fourth down for St. Ambrose. They got to punt it away here on this side of the field, right? With the wind at their back. Yep. 3 and out. Saints do it again on defense. You'll see all the pressure. Oh, man. And that's the difference in this year's Saints defense. In years past, they drop back in coverage, but they are bringing so much more pressure this year. A complete change in philosophy for Coach Curry and his defensive staff, and it is paying off. Tumulty waiting. He's going to have plenty of room to work with here. The wind's going to make this as long as it doesn't go over his head. High kick. Here's Tumulty from the 25. Did he touch it? Got to pick it up. Ambrose does. They're going to have the ball. They're going to have the football at the 3. Mental mistakes. You got to dive on it. Tumulty, I don't believe, has even thought about missing a catch, and I'm not even sure he did touch that, but and I understand the Saints, gunners thought he may have, so you had to jump on that, but you just got to slide and cover it. And with the running game that St. Ambrose has, this is almost a guaranteed touchdown, but St. Francis defense gonna have to play like they haven't yet today to keep him out of the end zone here. Wow, what a turn of events. Bowman is the tailback for the Bees. The ball's at the 3. They're going to throw. Inside, knocked away, and the flag comes out on that. Oh, my goodness. Tumulty, I believe, will be called for the pass interference. He did have his arm wrapped around him, it did look like, on that right arm, but whew. First and goal, I believe half the distance here. We'll hear from our head referee, Jack Shanahan. So they'll put it to the 2. First and goal at the 2-yard line now, so pretty much a do-over with 1 yard given as the penalty called on Tumblety. He's got a tough assignment on Yemi Ward on the outside. Let's see if they go through the air again or they just hand it off 3 times to Bowman. They give Bowman. Nope, it's McDonald going to try to keep her wrapped up, and down he goes. No gain, maybe a loss of 1 on the play. You kind of feel that St. Ambrose being a little bit too cute here at the goal line. I mean, they're averaging 3 yards a carry, but the Johnson brothers team up on a tackle. Chris and Mike, 51 and 52 with a little assist from Tumulty. Make it 2nd and goal. Looks like it's 2nd and goal from the 3. Bowman the carry. They hit him at the line. Here come the rest of the defense. Was it Ravon Shout? Was it Ravon who was there first? He's had a heck of a game defensively too. Wow. Ravon, the sophomore, coming up, making another big play defensively. Blake Evans with a bit of help along with Tumulty. So 3rd down and goal from the 4, and the Saints fans getting loud. So do they let their sophomore throw it, or do they hand it off to their back Bowman? Let's see it. Oh my, the drama. 3rd down and goal. They're going to pass it. End zone off the fingertips of the tight end. Incomplete. 4th down. You got to think they're going to kick the field goal to make it a 2-possession game. You'll see here they tried to go to the tight end. He was open. If he would have caught it, it would have been close. His defense was there, but at the end of the day, an incomplete pass. And now comes the kicking game. The wind is at the kicker's back. It's Tom Gillen, the junior. The last time he tried a field goal, his left foot slipped and he missed it. This one will be a 20-yard chip shot from the right hash. Snap good, hold down, plenty of leg. Is it through the uprights? It is. We have ourselves a 2-possession game. 17-7 with 11:09 to go. Great job by the Saints defense to keep a 1st and goal from the 3 down to 3 points. The defense was spectacular today. Has been spectacular. The scoring drive goes 4 plays in 1 minute 39 seconds for 0 yards. Great job defensively by St. Francis. It will be tumulty from the 8. Can he have some magic on this play? Nope. Up to the 25-yard line. Offense has a bit of work to do. Down 2 possessions. Let's see Scotty. What happened on this play? Took it to the short side of the field. Got a little crowded. Tackle made by Dan Daly on special teams. St. Francis on the ground, just 10 yards on 21 carries. But through the air, 15 for 29 for 266. Definitely their best game passing. 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions for Eric Maffey today. Pitch out goes to Maffey. Did it touch the ground? No, yeah, it did. They were going to blow it dead. Little pop there at the end. I think a crowd on the near side here wanted a penalty. Just wobbled out of the hands of Maffey. Oh, see, there's the penalty that they wanted. He stood up and was looking at the referee, said, "Why'd you call that dead?" I caught it, and then he got hit. He got hit by Liam Kelly there. Obviously, the whistle blew, which is why Liam Eldridge turned to the official. So a bit of an argument to be made for a late hit, but supposedly not hard enough. Here comes the blitz by St. Ambrose. Out of the hands quickly to Eldridge. Can he make a guy miss? He does just enough. It's going to be super close to that line. And yeah, judging by where the official's going to come in and mark it, it's going to move the chains. The 12th first down of the game for St. Francis. That was Blemke, I'm sorry. Not Eldridge, but Blemke. Number 19, Jack Blemke from Oswego out of UW Whitewater. Nice D2 program up there in Wisconsin. First down play from Maffey. Oh, it's hit as he's thrown. That should be an incomplete pass. I don't know why they didn't blow the whistle. There you go. There's no way that's a fumble because look how far the ball flew. I mean, there shouldn't even be a conversation. That's clearly a throw that was deflected. 4 turnovers today for St. Francis' offense is what's keeping them in check. They're doing it to themselves. On the run to Johnson. Oh, there's a face mask there. Yep, there comes the flag, and that's going to be 8 yards plus 15 more. Clear as day in the end of that play, and you'll see the arms of Liam Kelly go, what? But you'll see it clear. Hit and watch his left or his right hand got a hold of that right. And the thing is, it was very minor. It was very quick, but it was right in front of the line judge. There were 6 turnovers in the first game these two teams played back in late February. Understandable with snow on the ground that you measured in feet and temperatures in single digits, but there's also 6 turnovers combined again today. First down for Maffey and company. Doesn't see anything. He tucks it and tried to make something out of nothing, but he's going to be, I don't know if they're going to call that a sack or a running attempt, but either way, it's going to go backward 2 yards. Drew Ackman, the defensive end. No, they're going to give it to 33. Ryan Zickis again. He's been an animal on the inside of that defensive line for the Bees. 33, Ryan Zitkis. Actually, the last time that these two teams played, he did not wear 33. He gave that to his teammate, linebacker Ethan Maibach, which is quite the touching story, and we'll get to that if we have some time. But we got ourselves a ball game here, 2nd and 12 for the Saints. Firing. Nearly intercepted, but caught. Was that caught? It was. Liam Eldridge, how did he come up with that? How was that not picked off by Griffin Zajac? Take a look at this play. Right through the arms of Zajac, and wow, Liam Eldridge just came off. That ball found him. I don't even think he saw that ball with the defender diving in front of him, but a heck of a grab by 21. Junior wide receiver out of California with a big catch right there to make it 3rd and 1 instead of 3rd and 12. They haven't been doing anything on the ground. It's all through the air, and you expect him to keep up with that. It's Barber in underneath. They're going to try for Maffey. He's wrapped up at the line, and no gain. 4th down coming up for the Saints. 4th and 1.
Maffey.
Can they make just something happen here?
No gain on the play. It'll be
Barberin tried to get a block there, but a nice move inside by Liam Kelly, the linebacker, for the stop. 4th down and 1. 8 minutes to go and some change. The Saints need a score and a stop. Any way you can get it. Eldridge in motion. Jet sweep fake. And he's hit behind the line. He's not going to make it. Turnover on downs. The #1 rushing defense in the league, the 6th best, the 3rd best rushing defense in the country, comes up again. You just can't run on the Bees. You can't do it. No one has this entire season.
St. Ambrose takes over at its own.
You get a feeling that the defense is going to have to score some points. First down for the Bees, and you're going to get a heavy dose of their run game as they have been all day. This time, first carry for Trent Nunn, the junior running back out of Pocahontas, Illinois. He'll pick up about 6 or 7.
Jalen Cooper, pick up a 7 on the play, 2nd and 3.
He'll be the 7th St. Ambrose player with a carry today. Here's Nunn. A flag comes in. Probably in the area of a holding there, but it's going to go for a no gain as it sits. Been a pretty clean game up until this point. Oh yeah, there's the hold. The tight end pretty much tackled Robert Hall on that play. Ten-yard penalty puts it back at the 30-yard line. Ouch. A big hold call there as you're trying to milk a lead here. 10 points at 17-7, 7:15 to go in the ball game. Now 2nd down and 13 for the Bees. The clap, and nope, no snap that time to McDonald. He'll get another call. Nunn again wrapped up by Mike Johnson with the initial hit at the original line of scrimmage. Brings up 3rd and 10. What a luxury for St. Ambrose to have so many guys who can run the football. You're always hitting the defense with somebody with fresh legs. 3rd down and 10. Here's the snap. Trying to get the defense. Plenty of time here for McDonald. Finds his man outside. He's short of the yard. Can he get to the line of scrimmage? He's upended and flipped down at the 40-yard line. Blake Whitman again brings up 4th down and 3. And they will punt it away. The defense for St. Ambrose has been good. They've only given up 1 score, so I think they feel the defense can guide them to victory, but let's see if Scotty Tumulty has something to say about it. There's Robert Hall. Scotty at his 20. You got to think it's going to be a very high kick toward the near side. It is high and it is short. Plenty of time. Oh, they knocked Tumulty down. They didn't let him catch the football, but they did not throw the flag. Thankfully, it did not take a St. Ambrose bounce. And look at that again. I mean, how is it? Did they give him an opportunity to catch that ball? Here's the fair catch call. Okay. I mean, I wish we had Lee Turnbow here to try to explain that to us. He probably is. He's watching the channel right now. It's like explaining it to himself. First down for St. Francis. They're down 10 with 5.5 to go. Here's Eric. They're going to have to start airing it out, and he just threw an interception. The second pick of the game for Liam Kelly. Almost the exact same play that he picked off in the end zone. And the defense has to go back on the field. If you're a defender against St. Francis, just look for 22 and jump that route because he is the favorite target, and as he should be. The 5th turnover of the game for St. Francis, 3 interceptions today. That's a backbreaker. Here's McDonald with pressure all around him, firing into the end zone all alone. McDonald beat Jalen Cooper on a double move outside. And that will give the Bees a 17-point lead with the extra point coming up. Outside, inside, what a move. Jalen got beat on it. Yemi Ward catches his 3rd touchdown of the game. His 5th of the season. Here's your MVP so far, number 1, Yemi Ward. The kick is good. The lead is 17 for the Bees, 24-7. A heck of a move by Yemi Ward.
26 left to play in the 4th quarter. It's St. Ambrose 24, St. Francis 7.
Turnovers, turnovers, turnovers. The drive is 1 play, 27 yards for the touchdown. Declan McDonald, his 3rd touchdown pass of the game. Just a tick over 50% through the air, 12 for 25, 188 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Now the Saints are going to have to start looking downfield here and hoping their big receivers can make some plays. You know they're going to be double covered. Kickoff will be Tumulty from the 2-yard line. He'll try to take it to the big side of the field and might get a flag. Yep, there it is. It's going to be a block in the back on St. Francis. Scotty just trying to make something happen, but it's going to be coming back. You saw Divian Titus Porter, one of the gunners, kind of making that throw the flag motion, and he's right. Officials will discuss where the ball is going to be spotted. Yep. So it'll be a half the distance mark off back to the 9-yard line. Here's Maffey. Throwing from his 1 yard line, out route out to Johnson, caught out of bounds. I mean, it'd make it look so easy right there. That one goes for about 13 or 14 yards to move the chains. Maffey right on the money. He's thrown some absolutely perfect balls today. Many of them to him, number 22. 12 catches, 200 yards today for Ravon, and a touchdown. Not many players wearing a Saints uniform have put up 200 yards receiving in a game. That's a pretty small list, as this one, the same play to the other side, goes incomplete. Much better covered by the Bees.
Maffey pass incomplete, intended for number 22, Ravon Johnson. It will be 2nd and 10.
Second down coming up for the Saints. We're under 5 minutes to go. They're chasing 17. Pressure coming. Maffey, down he goes. Another sack for this St. Ambrose front seven.
Sacked by number 6, Brody Mason. It'll be 3rd and 13 for the Saints.
That'll be the 7th sack of the game. Here's Maffey on the run again. Evades one tackler. He threw another interception. He threw it right to Vince Shaw. That's the St. Ambrose defense, man. I don't know if he didn't see Vince there or thought he could throw it by him, but he threw it right to him. He was looking for Ravon going toward the sideline, but
for St. Ambrose.
Vince Shaw's second pick of the season for the Bees. 7 sacks, 4 interceptions for that St. Ambrose defense. He's going to go backward on the carry. Again, Robert Hall there for the tackle. St. Ambrose right at about their average rushing the football. They average about 155 yards. They're at 148 right now. Running back into the game, another newcomer for today, Cade Gorsney, a sophomore out of Oregon, Illinois, out of Newman Central Catholic. He'll be in there to protect. Declan looking for the end zone. That one's picked off. It's Scotty Tumulty with his 5th interception of the season. He's going to run it back all the way back to the 39-yard line. It's going to look good on the stat sheet for Scotty.
With the interception for the Saints. And the
Surprising they're trying to go to Yemi Ward again here. Tumulty is 4th in the country with 4 interceptions coming into today, and that's number 5 for the freshman. It's not the defense, though. Offense need to figure out how they work it here. Here's Maffey to throw. A lot of pressure again. They're just pinning their ears back and going after him. Maffey on the run. Rolled down at the 35-yard line to pick up a 15 and a first down. Nice quarterback scramble by Eric. They're going to run it to Paray. And he'll pick up 5 with 2:38 to go and counting. Nice run for the senior running back.
2nd and 5 for the Saints.
Here goes pressure. Oh, he's hit hard from behind. Oh, Eric Maffey took a shot. Jacob Holmes, the defensive end, hit him from the blind side. And that is, it's only noteworthy because of the injury to Derek Wentworth today. Derek is your starting left tackle, but he had to sit this one out because of an injury. So they had some offensive line shuffling going on. I should have mentioned this a long time ago, that offensive line for St. Francis, but a timeout's going to be called on the field. The offensive line had to be shuffled up a little bit for St. Francis today. So instead of having Derek Wentworth, your starting left tackle, Peyton Bogie was out there today. And that moved Adrian Page from right tackle to center. And that moved Riley Acuna from backup center to starting right guard. Matt Knudsen played some left guard today as well. So shuffling going on there. A rough day for Eric Maffey today. He's shown some flashes of some pretty gosh darn good arm talent, both in strength and accuracy. Unfortunately, he threw a few of them just a little bit off target, leading to a few interceptions today. But that Ambrose defense, my goodness, can't take away anything from them. Whistle to get the teams back on the field. Four interceptions today. 7 sacks for St. Ambrose's defense. And they're going to get another one here. Make it 8. And when you know they're in deep pass mode, you can just pin your ears back and not even worry about the run if you're a defensive lineman. That one for Gabe Johnson.
99, Gabe Johnson.
And Eric kind of just running for his life right now. Third and final timeout called by St. Francis. There's big Gabe Johnson, the 295-pound junior out of Morton West, getting his first sack of the season. 4 interceptions, 8 sacks, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.5 tackles for a loss for that St. Ambrose D. Wow, pretty spectacular day. And we'll try to talk to Coach Curry after this one, and I can almost give you the speech. I can almost give you the speech myself. It's, it's unforced errors. It's, it's fumbles at the goal line. It's, just mistakes like that, little ones that add up. Here's Maffey to throw. He's going to launch one down the middle of the field, right to Ravon Johnson. See, and that's the talent that Maffey has. When he has a moment and he's settled down, he can find guys and throw it exactly where it needs to be. A beautiful throw. Ravon Johnson right in the middle of 5 B defenders. And the biggest play yardage-wise for St. Francis. Here's Maffey again on first down. He's going to let Ravon go up and get it, but this one's going to be, that's a penalty. Yeah, it pushed him out of bounds. That one, the wind just probably made that ball hang in the air for like 2 extra seconds. I don't think the corner on the play really knew where the football was, which is part of the reason that flag was thrown.
On the defense, number 20. 15 yards from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
1:10 to go in the game. It's a 17-point Ambrose lead, 24-7. And Maffey was trying to chase down some garbage being blown onto the field because of the wind. He's like, forget about it. Yeah, you got a game to play here, son. Good choice. Here we go. 5 wide receivers, empty backfield here for Maffey. Here come the blitz. Throwing, complete to Eldridge. He took a shot across the middle at the 14-yard line. A pickup of 4 or 5 yards for St. Francis.
Pickup of 4 on the play, 2nd and 6.
Second down and 5. Here's Maffey to throw again. Ravon, nope, right across the middle. Oh, nearly intercepted again. Looking for Dan Getch. Dan, the sophomore out of St. Charles East. He had the leverage on the post route there, but running up the seam. But nicely covered by Ambrose again as we're under a minute to go in the game. .45 seconds. Maffey will be in the pistol this time. They're going to send Johnson and Eldridge left along with Getch. Blemke is right, and that's the way that Maffey's going to roll. He'll throw it to Blemke, but he was about a yard or 2 out of bounds.
Maffey's pass incomplete.
Yeah, they're bringing everybody, and Maffey's got 0 time.
It'll be 4th and 5.
Brings up 4th down. Throw one into the end zone here. Maffey into the end zone. I think he thought that Johnson was going to run the post, but he didn't break like he thought he was going to, and that's going to be a turnover on downs for St. Francis.
St. Francis turns the ball over on downs.
Or he could have just slipped out of his hands there, too.
At its own 13-yard line.
St. Ambrose just going to have to a few knees down, and St. Francis does have 0 timeouts, no more timeouts left. It's just ironic that the only touchdown for St. Francis came in the 3rd quarter. It's the first time they've scored a touchdown in a 3rd quarter this season. Snap back to McDonald. He'll knee it down, and they're going to have to do that no more times. That's going to do it. As Coach Curry is going to walk out there to shake the hand of Mike Magistrelli. In the 27th meeting between the Bees and the Saints, St. Ambrose now 17-10 against St. Francis. This is their 4th win in a row over the Brown and Gold. St. Ambrose goes to 5-2. They're 4-1 now in the MSFA. St. Francis will drop to 2-5 this year, 2-3 in the conference, snapping their modest 2 consecutive game winning streak as the players shake hands at the 50-yard line. St. Francis put up 343 yards through the air, 21 for 43. Too many turnovers, though, today. As we go down to head coach Joe Curry. And Coach, you talked about it before the game. It's shooting yourself in the foot. It's unforced errors and mistakes you make on your side. I don't think St. Ambrose beat you, but it was just mistakes on your part. Is that kind of what you saw too?
Yeah, I think so a little bit. And, you know, you got to give them credit though too. You know, I talked to our team about being disciplined, about, you know, not making all the mental errors and all those things. And, you know, you gotta give St. Ambrose some credit because they forced us into some of those. Now, not all those, but they're a good team, and you know they made the plays today, and we did not.
You talk about offensive talent. You saw what Maffey can do. He threw some dimes out there. He's got a strong arm. And Ravon Johnson, 229 yards receiving today. The offensive talent is there. I mean, pretty impressive what Maffey can do when he has a little bit of time and when he's pretty calm. You can see why you wanted to start him today.
Well, yeah, I told you to begin with that, you know, in order to beat St. Ambrose, they're real stout against the run. We knew that, you know, so in order to beat them and compete with them, we had to throw the ball, and Eric gave us the best chance to do that, and he, did a good job today. But we got to do a better job around him as a team, as far as protecting him, as far as defensively not giving up, some of the big plays that we did just on blown coverages. And like I said, you got to give St. Ambrose some credit. They went in some no-huddle stuff on offense that kind of, got us on our heels a little bit in the first half. But that's all it takes is one or two scores in the way that we're playing right now to beat us, and you got to give them credit. They did that.
They sure did. Hey, appreciate your time here, Coach. Thanks.
Hey, thanks, Nick. I appreciate everything you do for us, man.
Yep.
All right.
Head coach Joe Curry going to address his team here. Didn't want to take up too much of his time, as I'm sure he's got some messages for his players over there. And you see St. Ambrose meeting here at the field as well. Some final numbers. We mentioned some of the yardage, 344 yards. They outgained him. St. Francis outgained St. Ambrose today by about 13 yards in 3 less plays, but it was turnovers. 6 turnovers in the game, 4 of them through the interception, a couple fumbles as well. They did turn over St. Ambrose, a couple takeaways for the Saints too. Through the air, it was Eric Maffey the entire way, 21 for 43, 343 yards. It was just the interceptions, and he took 9 sacks as well, a lot of them coming in garbage time near the end of the game. On the ground, St. Francis couldn't get much going against the 3rd best rush defense in the country. Keenan Haley, a couple carries for 5 yards. Parade Barberin, 2 carries for 5 yards as well. For St. Ambrose on the ground, Garrett Tarks and to Knowledge Hall are phenomenal running backs, both big and strong. 16 carries for Tarks for 64 yards. To Knowledge Hall goes for 12 carries for 42 yards. They did not score on the ground, though. All 3 of the touchdowns for St. Ambrose came through the air. 12 for 26 from McDonald, the quarterback, 188 yards, 3 scores. Did not take a sack today. All 3 touchdowns to Yemi Ward. 8 catches, 158 and 3. If he gets behind the defense, all Declan had to do was get it up in the air to him, and that's what he did 3 different times for their 3 touchdowns. Blake Whitman, their typical leading receiver, just 2 catches today for 17 yards. Villafuerte had a catch, so did Sam Kerr. Defensively, Chris Johnson led the way for St. Francis with 9 tackles with a tackle for a loss. Robert Hall had 8. Vince Shaw led the way defensively for St. Ambrose, 7 tackles. And then you also had Ryan Zitkis, 7 tackles for Ryan on the defensive line, 4 sacks. 5 of those 7 tackles were behind the line of scrimmage. That is outstanding. St. Ambrose, tough team, and they're going to go to 2nd place right now, waiting for the final score of that St. Xavier Olivet football game that I believe is going on right now. I can actually take a look really fast and check that out. They're going to play tonight down in Bourbonnais. So I know in terms of conference, winning the conference, St. Ambrose is going to be right there now at 4-1. And if St. Xavier can beat Olivet, you're going to have a 3-way tie at the top between ONU, SXU, and SAU. So that'll be a lot of fun to watch there if you were a fan of MSFA football like I am. It was a fun one today. That's going to be our final home broadcast of the season. I'd like to thank Brendan and Jessica and the whole crew doing a phenomenal job out here as they always do, getting here early, staying late, making sure we're on the air as best we can. If you stuck with us the entire time, thanks for watching. Saints fall in this one. It was a tough one till the end, but St. Ambrose pulls away. Tough squad, especially defensively. They get the W, 24-7. Final game of the season for St. Francis on the road against St. Xavier. St. Ambrose will play next week at home in Davenport against the Lakers of Roosevelt. My name's Nick Jacobs. Have a happy Easter weekend. Your final out here in Joliet. St. Ambrose 24, Saints 7. Have a great rest of your weekend, everybody. Take care.